This is Friday Fuel. This is Aidan. I want to thank you for showing up for you, and I want to thank you for everything that you do for your family. As a dad, sometimes we get overlooked, underprepared and underappreciated at times. We lose sight of our importance. We lose sight of the value that we bring to our families. That's what Friday Fuel is all about. It's there to reinforce the value, right? Reinforce that contribution that you bring to your family. Ultimately, community is important to us, right? We have to have that space to connect. We have to have that space to enjoy one another's company, have a laugh, get to know one another. As dads though, it's incredibly isolating. We put our family first, we put our partners first, we put our children first. We leave everything that matters to us on the table. Is that the right thing to do, that selfless approach? I think over generations, yes. We have always embraced the provision, the protection. But in today's society, equality is so important to success of the family. It's the impact that you have, it's the impact that your partner has, it's the impact that you have collectively on those that you love the most. You cannot stand alone. You cannot overlook the importance of your partner's role either. Together, you are stronger. Now, you may be separated, you may not be living under the same roof anymore, but you're still a partnership, you're still a team raising children, raising future generations. You are shaping lives. How you show up collectively, how you talk about one another, the role model that you are, the role model that she is. Even if you're together, it's the same concept. The importance of our role, the importance of the structure that we provide, the protection that we deliver, the contribution that we both make to the family. Equality. This is about levelling the playing field. This is about creating an environment where your children understand the importance of standing shoulder to shoulder with the person that they love, or the person that they respect, or the person that they've had children with. It's about understanding, it's about showing them how you show up, how you navigate challenges, how you build resilience, how you overcome setback, but importantly, how you do it together. Because they need that stability. They need that foundation to build upon. Their strength, their inner voice, the quality of their environment, the quality of their role models, how you show up, how you speak to them, how you speak to your partner, how you speak to their mum. All of those things contribute to how they see themselves, how they see themselves and their confidence. It helps build their confidence. It helps shape who they're going to become. Their inner strength, their values, their belief system are all created and shaped by how you show up. We're not taught any of this. This isn't in books. We have role models. We have generational challenges to overcome. Our dads are very different to the way that we want to show up. But they still instilled values in us. Values that make us unique. Values that we can bring to the table that enable us to further our children's futures. Our role is to show up. Our role is to role model those qualities, those characteristics that allow your partner to shine, that allow your children to grow day in and day out. But also, in that isolated state, it's about choosing the right option, choosing the right opportunity, exploring new things, testing yourself. Because you have to show up at the level that is expected, right? You set that expectation. But if that expectation is low, how do you inspire your children to see their value, to see their opportunity available to them, to see what the world can be? You know, we've all had setback, we've all dealt with challenges. My personal challenges are no secret. I had an opportunity, one to tap out or one to explore a new option and try something different and to learn something new. I needed to overcome my personal challenges to become better. I'm not perfect. and I never will be. I strive to improve. I strive to understand who my children are. I strive to understand their unique personalities and all the different things that go into that melting pot of being dad, of being a partner, of being somebody trying to be successful. But importantly, at that point, at that junction in my life, I had a left or a right turn, and I took the right one. Okay? I tamed the demons inside. I had to work at it, I had to push hard, I had to change the way I approached each day. Because my failure, my setbacks, my challenges would have limited my children. It would have destroyed their futures, and it would have cost them their happiness. And we've talked about happiness before. Happiness is something simple. Happiness is something that we need to understand. We need to teach what true happiness is. But you can't do that if you're not happy. You can't do that if you're not focusing on the things that matter to you, the things that help you fill your cup. Because your children need to understand that their happiness comes from within. That strength, that resilience, that power, that confidence, all those things that will help them navigate this world, all those things come from here. And it's a message that's difficult to deliver if you're not prepared to uncover the truth, if you're not prepared to overcome your own story, and certainly if you're underprepared for fatherhood. Look, we step into this amazing role, this unique opportunity to shape lives, and we're underprepared, and that catches us off guard. It certainly caught me off guard, caught me cold. I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know who I was. I didn't understand the role that I had to play, and I didn't know the influence that I could have. I underestimated who I was. I'd underestimated who I'd become. Fatherhood is about understanding your role. Fatherhood is about understanding the influence that you have and the impact that you can have from that position of strength and confidence. But also, it's about lighting up the world around them, inspiring them, teaching them, committing to new things, committing to do things that help shape their lives. Fatherhood is a journey. Fatherhood is a process. We learn along the way. There are things that we can adapt to. There are things that we can plan for. But there are also things that will catch us off guard. How we respond in that moment kind of showcases how our children should show up, how they should deal with setback and failure. Look, they could be entirely different personalities to you. My youngest and my eldest, they deal with it so differently. They deal with challenges differently. One just gets on with it, the other one has to think. He's a deep thinker. He has to focus on other things. He will beat himself up. His confidence ebbs away because he beats himself up. He doesn't believe in himself. Your role as a parent is to show them how to unlock their potential, how to respect the man or woman that they're going to become. They set their own targets. They are their own personality. They have their own characteristics. Your job, in my opinion, is to help them discover their true voice. Help them discover that true power that helps them become the best version of themselves. But I believe to my core that if you feel like a failure, if you feel like you failed, if you feel like you're just stuck and you're facing trouble and problems and challenges, it's what you're focusing on that's stopping you finding the solution, stopping you from focusing on something that's more impactful, something that's more positive. It's how you unwind after a difficult day that sets the tone for your relationship, sets the tone for the present moment. But it's how you take on board the learnings from the failure. Okay, we all fail. We all lose. It's how we respond to the loss. It's how we respond in that moment. And yes, you can be angry. Yes, you can be frustrated. Yes, you can talk yourself down. But you also have to take a moment to just reflect on how far you've come. And fatherhood teaches you that lesson after lesson after lesson. Each phase of their development is so different. Each obstacle that comes your way often complex, but the solutions are often so simple. How you show up counts. How you love, how you lead, how passionate you are in those moments where it's just you and them or just you and your partner. How you listen, how you engage. All of those things, they set the tone for who they become. It's how you interact with your partner. The way that you communicate, the way that you talk to one another, the tone. Whether you're patient, impatient, if you're frustrated, if you're angry about things, it's how you respond. It's that tone. Showing up in the moment is what matters most. It doesn't matter what you earn. It doesn't matter how big your house is. It doesn't matter how big the car is. It doesn't matter what you've achieved. Because it's about success. Success in the moment. Success in shaping who they become. In giving them the tools to be successful. Whatever that success looks like to them. That's what you have to teach them. You have to help them be comfortable in their skin. Not comfortable in their skin. Comfortable with their progress. Comfortable that they've got it all in hand. They understand how to respond to setback. How to enjoy the moment. How to live passionately. How to respect one another. How to respect themselves. How to learn from people that are better than them at certain things. But importantly, it's how to show up. How to embrace life. How to give them fire. Give them fire. Give them the gift of passion, of joy, of love. Show them how it's done. Show them what makes you tick. Communicate it. Talk about it. Help them understand what's important to them. Help them understand by understanding what's important to you. I would not have made it back from the brink had I not had the support from my partner. But in that conversation that we had, in that promise that I made, I said to her I needed to find something that motivated me, something that gave me an opportunity to become better. I needed to test myself physically, I needed to test myself mentally, and I believed that I could get over it. And I was in the darkness. I had to pull myself out, and there was no handout. She was there every step of the way. She supported me. She backed me. She has understood. She has listened. She has challenged when she's needed to. And that's what you've got to teach your children is there is another voice. It's the internal voice. The power comes from here. The strength comes from here. The confidence comes from here. Their voice, I'm afraid, is shaped by their influence. The greatest influence is you and your partner. Their greatest influence is the leaders in their world, whether it be school teachers, friends, whoever they might be. And that's where, in those interactions that you have at the end of the day, in the morning, you set the tone, you show them how it's done. If they're struggling with their schoolwork, you sit down and you work through it with them, regardless how frustrating it can be, because it can. When they're ready to give up, you keep going. You show them that there is a solution. You teach them the options that are available. You help them see that there's an A and a B or a C and a D, whatever it might be. You teach them how to overcome that setback, overcome that challenge. If you're not prepared to be patient in that moment, if you're not prepared to be present in that moment, they close down. They shut down, just like you do when you're frustrated, when you're angry. They lose sight of what's important. They lose sight of their progress. They lose sight of the value and the contribution that they bring. And that's where you come in. You are their greatest cheerleader. You are their greatest inspiration. You are their greatest role model. They look for role models elsewhere because you may not step up. You may not give them everything they need. That external validation, though, that is something that you must teach them to understand. Internal validation is what makes us tick. Internal validation, the voice within, helps us overcome those setbacks. If you're constantly telling them that they can't do it, or if you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do it, they will learn that behaviour. They will learn how to approach setback, and they will be caged by it. Your role is to showcase how it's done. You don't have to put a massive amount of pressure on yourself. You don't have to reset. recreate this world. You don't have to earn hundreds of thousands of pounds, $10,000 a month, whatever it might be, whatever social media is telling you right now. What you need to do is be comfortable in your skin. Be comfortable with your level of success. Be happy in the environment that you find yourself in. Yes, you can push yourself to achieve new things, but if it takes you away from being present, from shaping their world, is it right? Does it do enough? Your role is to help them. Your role is to educate them on the pitfalls of their future. But you've also got to let them at times fail. You can give the feedback. You've got to help them understand that failure is the lesson. Failure is the learning point. And there will be things that they can learn in that moment. You too need to hear that message. We have to be better than what came before, to allow them to be better than what came before them. Set the tone, set the pace, show up, be present, be passionate, understand your limitations, understand and play to your strengths, because those strengths will flood out into their world. Help them discover their strength, help them understand their limitations, their weaknesses, and help them work on those weaknesses so that they can be better than you. A lot of water has passed under that bridge, sir. At 41 years old, plenty of mistakes have been made. Plenty of opportunities to learn have been made. Did I always embrace the learnings? No. Did those failures cage me? Yes. Once I understood what was holding me back, once I reflected on the role that I wanted to play in my children's lives, I was able to give them what they need. I'm not perfect, but day to day, I'm better. I'm not better than you, because your life, your role, the influence that you have, that is dictated by you and only you. I influence in my home. I show up, I help, I love, I'm passionate about things. I help them find their feet. I help them find their way. I help them find joy, happiness. I help them discover what they're passionate about. Because that's what fatherhood is about. Leadership. You create an environment where they discover their true power. They discover what motivates them. They then pursue the things that they love, that they enjoy. It's not to come in and direct. It's to let them find their feet, let them learn from the mistakes, let them learn from the success. Don't let it go to their head, but let them build confidence and feel confidence from within. Show up today. Be present, be passionate, be strong. Show them how it's done. Lead on the front foot. Demonstrate what it takes to be their dad. Be the role model that you always wanted. Be the role model that you know they need. This is Friday Fuel. This is Aidan. Thank you so much for listening. All our resources are available on themodernfatherhoodclub.com. The New Dad Recharge is your opportunity to reset. And we've got a special offer for you right now. So check that out on the website. And if you want one of our free resources, grab one now. modernfatherhoodclub.com. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to YouTube. And I'll see you again soon.